Hey everybody, Arthur here with another live session here. We're going to be talking about the Haslab His Tank, and I am joined here with a fellow collector and Plastic Cannibal members. I got Judd and Paul, who is getting his shit together, as you can see down below. But Judd, how are you doing today? How's everybody that's in the chat doing today?
I'm good.
Well, that's good.
I'm good. I don't know if anybody's in the chat.
It's the chat. You can look at it on your screen, bro. There's a thing where you can see the comments. If people are going to comment, you don't have to look at your phone.
Oh, I don't see the chat.
Paul is having technical difficulties, I think, but he will be back, so don't worry. So we won't be just two-manning it. So everybody has been talking about the Hasbro Haslab G.I. Joe Classified Series Hiss. I myself, right when they were announcing it, couldn't get to their website quick enough to jump on it because I am a diehard. I will classify myself as a diehard G.I. Joe fan.
I think
and we got we got somebody that's super dimension photos says a comment. So,
excellent.
That was pretty good. But yeah, we just figured, why not give some our opinions on it, what we think about it. I feel like there's a lot of if you're in the collecting communities and Facebook and stuff like that, it's just a lot of mixed back and forth and a bunch of just trash. And we got Paul back. Paul, how you doing? Are you just not you frozen? I guess he's frozen. So he's not really back, or is he? Or he's just not moving. I don't know. Either way, let's get back to what we're talking about, the G.I. Joe Haslab His Tank. So hopefully you guys are got your drinks ready. We're going to be talking. We're going to bring in stuff up. Paul, oh, there he goes moving. He's a little choppy. I don't know. Now stop moving so fast, man. All right. Is your sound working at least, Paul? Yeah, I can hear him giggling like a little child. You giggling like a little baby.
No, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
That's all.
How are you doing tonight, sir? How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good. I was watching Stranger Things, trying to. Oh, I got a bat.
A bat. A bat. You want to know what is
bats? I have most of my toes are next to me.
I just randomly have bats laying on my floor, but there's a guy on Etsy. He's on Instagram, but the guy goes by Plastic Addict's in the house. Yeah, dude, Plastic Addict is like fiending for Joe's. He got a pretty good haul lately. But there's a guy on Etsy. He also he's on Instagram, but he does a lot of custom stuff for bats. But if you guys can see, I got a translucent plastic. Yeah, he does some different ones. He does different colors, different designs. And I have another one that has like a weird, it's like a cybernetic Cobra design that fits really well. But he does like alternate like hands for him, like blades and mini guns and all this crazy stuff that he 3D prints, and they look amazing. First batch was falling out a little bit. The second batch he sent me didn't have the designs. It was a little mishap, but it still works and really hits that OG style, even with the little bit of print lines on them. You're like, it looked like that when you had the 80s one, because it was that like sticker. So, but yeah, dude, the bat is solid.
No, the bat's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, I don't know. It's for me, like for the Cobra figures, like it's between the bat and like the regular infantry trooper I really like.
So, I mean, the Alley Vipers.
I like the Baroness too.
For Troop Builders, the Alley Vipers are pretty dope, but I feel like something's missing. I like them a lot because they're Alley Vipers and they look cool. Yeah. But they feel off for some reason.
It's cool.
Same with the Vipers. The Vipers look cool too, but the troopers, infantry, the officers, and the bats are probably like the shining army builders, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Judd.
I mean, I can't wait to see what the.
I like cheese.
Judd is sort of anti-Hasbro for his reasons.
I just don't collect Hasbro.
But even though there's some in the back, it was before he did the quitting.
And if Joe's were made by any other company, I would be all in on them. And before I stopped collecting Hasbro, I was very excited about 6-inch Joe's.
See, and I was a naysayer. Like, there's a video on my channel of when I was opening like my tote of carded Joes, and I was sitting there saying, "No, man, they're gonna release 6-inch Joes, and they're gonna be trash and blah blah blah." Man, Hasbro made me eat my words. Even though they released the first set of figures, and people are like, "Oh, there's gold, there's future guns, blah blah blah," like they were still solid figures. Like if you collected the 3 3/4-inch ones, like Rise of Cobra, probably one of the best lines with 3 3/4 to date. They had unique designs and they were awesome. But because people cried, you know, now we're getting those OG designs. You need what?
Yeah, I need more Rise of Cobra figures. I only have a couple.
Yeah, they're good, and they're probably one of the higher ones that are sought after. And then what was sad, then they changed into the was it the Retaliation, where they did the second movie and all the packaging had the Rock on the front, and it was like I thought it was the best movie out of the 3 that are out there, because the Snake Eyes one was pretty god awful. I even like the Wayans brothers one. I like the first G.I. Joe movie over the Snake Eyes movie. Like that's how much I hated the Snake Eyes movie.
I liked the original movie. I liked there were 2 things that stood out to me that I really liked. I liked Arnold Vosloo as Zartan, and I liked the design of Cobra Commander at the end, not the lesser crap they tried to do before. But at the end, the design of the I thought that was cool. But other than that, the movie was pretty much garbage.
Yeah, like the first movie they made Cobra Commander's face, like his mask, look like an artificial heart. That's what it reminded me of. And then when they actually did like the Retaliation, where it was like full on looked like Cobra Commander, I was like, man, why'd they leave Destro in the tube? And then I didn't mind Firefly, the way Firefly was. You know, I thought he was pretty decent. But I still feel like there was so much more potential. But you know, The Rock's got to get the spotlight. I was like, how do you play Roadblock and not even rhyme?
Yeah.
Or cook.
Well, they should have just
or not be the proper ethnicity. But all right. The Rock can be whatever he wants. Hollywood loves The Rock. He's the new Vin Diesel family.
I want to see Vin Diesel.
All right, so we got let's see. We got Plastic Addict said the best troop builders are the troopers. I love the bats, but the troopers in the line are fire. Yeah, they look good. They come with a bunch of accessories. He even says Alley Vipers are like special forces, so I'm good with just 3 of those. See, Plastic, like this is my thing. So I'm doing Troop Builders 5. I only got 4 Red Ninjas, which I kicked myself in the butt because I need a Red Ninja, but I see that they're still retail, but I don't want to pay $25 for a Red Ninja when they originally dropped there like $20. So if I can get one for 20 or under, I'll get 5, have my 5th. So I'm doing 5 of each army builder, and then my infantry, I got 9. 3 Cobra Island troopers. I did 3 Cobra officers, so therefore I have 4 squads. So you got the officer, the lead, and then you got the trooper, and then the infantry. So I wasn't going to do like some people have like a ridiculous amount. We got Blucher in the house saying hello. What is up, Blucher? You've been on a Jason Statham kick, man. You've been watching a lot of Jason Statham. It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
All you need to do is watch Crank 1 and 2. You know. But let's get into this mix. We got some people that are in here. They're watching. Let's go ahead and bust it out. So the main reason we're doing this stream, we're talking about Hasbro's Haslab Cobra Hiss. How do you I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. I guess it's cool. but I'm glad. I don't think they added it on the actual Hiss tank, which is good. Like they're like, this is the logo for the Hiss.
Oh, I wish I had this open.
But what the?
Because I think I know where that logo came from.
My antivirus says system scan complete. Thank you, antivirus. That was very nice of you while I'm trying to do this. All right, so first image, just a full shot of the Hiss tank, and it looks like that OG style Hiss tank. Looks like just a hunchback, weird little tank, but it's still an iconic looking tank. Lots of red accents. And then we go down. This bad boy has 37 days, 5 hours, and 31 minutes. And it's been blown out of the water. So if we get 239 more backers, the last tier, the 4th tier is unlocked. I'm hoping they're going to add tiers. They would be ridiculous not to. I guess it was so close to hitting that 16,000 that Paul had to dip out. But it's crazy. This thing, like, it funded with less than, I don't even think it was 12 hours. I think it initially got funded. But yeah, pretty awesome. I mean, look at it's a hefty price tag. Some people are having issues with that, with the cost, because this was dropped at the gate of this. For me, there's no hesitation. We got a bunch of, they've got this video. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check on it. Some people are trying to nitpick this because Cobra Commander called us fools or whatever the heck he said in this. And honestly, it's like, that's Cobra Commander's like MO and how he talks. Like, if you're, I don't know, but we get in some dimensions here. 19 inches long. It's pretty nice size, you know. That's what she said. Paul, Judd, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? You trying to figure out lights?
I'm
you want
playing
some lights
with
in the background.
I'm playing with stuff.
You're playing with shit. What do you think? What do you? What do we got? What do we got in here? So, Plastic Addict saying, "What's up to Blucher?" Oh, and Plastic Addict saying that bad boy is beautiful. It is, man. We're gonna go through this. We're just gonna show off stuff, have our little opinion stuff. At the end, we're gonna just have open discussion, what we think, you know. And I made sure to grab some people that weren't all like me. They weren't hardcore fans. Like Judd is like anti Hasbro right now. I myself, huge G.I. Joe fan. Paul's really getting into G.I. Joe. And it's, I wanted to give some realistic perspectives and opinions. And all this is just opinions. When we say something, it's an opinion. And we agree to disagree. You know, you don't have to agree with our opinion. I don't have to agree with your opinion. We're just here to talk about toys. That's what it's about. Like kids sitting in a sandbox, busting out that Hiss tank out of nowhere and just trashing everybody's Joes. I mean, that's how I want it to feel. So let's see. Oh, Blucher commenting. Yes, sir. Love all his films. I'm still waiting on Crank 3. Nice. Been good, my dude. Just chilling on the couch watching this Showtime series called Yellow Jackets. That is a great series. All right. So again, sort of looking at all this, it's just the details. Like, I like how there's like the off black, I don't know, like two-tone going on where you can see like the lines. I wasn't sure about how I felt about like the lines here. Paul having technical difficulties. I'll keep adding him as he gets in, but the ladder's pretty dope. But it's hefty. It's a tank too. So a lot of people think like this thing should be a size of like the third part or like the party wagon and stuff like that. But if you realize tanks in general are not like, they're big, but they're not like meant to carry like a 15 people. Well, I guess depending on the tank, but and Plastic Addict can back that, you know, being, you know, we're in the military. So the inside of a tank is very, very close and squished, you know. But yeah, so there's some pictures we're gonna go through, and honestly, this is pretty. Allow me to do that. Okay, it does. So one of the features this thing comes with is lights. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people feel like this is why the price is going up. But it's projecting a damn Cobra logo on the ground. And if it can do it this clean, I mean, that's just, it's nice. Really nice to have some lights in there. Interior lights. Got ourselves, yeah, the back drops down. You got the red light inside, and this is not them being lazy with any lighting, in my opinion, because you want it to be a red light, because if this thing drops open, you're doing some night stuff. I mean, you don't want some bright ass light to be giving away your position. You don't want to get these snipes out there, so they keep that nice red light going there. You got the weapon racks there. We got Plastic Cannibals saying, yeah, everyone has their own righteous opinions. A lot of folks have wrong opinions, but it's cool. Exactly. And he was part of the United States Marine Corps. Thank you, sir, for your services, and his missus serving as well, serving the country. We got Blucher in here. The only classifieds I have is both Destro figs, only because they were gifted and really happy to have them. I do want the Snake Eyes with Timber and Crocmaster. The Snake Eyes with Timber is fantastic. Timber outshines Snake Eyes 100%. The Crocmaster really is great. It's a great figure. And I love the fact that everybody's getting rushed with Joe's. I mean, I got the new Storm Shadow in hand. I got this is top 10 figure of the year guarantee. Spirit right here, man. This is the best looking G.I. Joe on the Joe team. Best looking figure out there. It's beautiful. Beautiful figure. And it's like they're just gonna keep pumping them out and getting better and better. Paul's still having technical. I'm gonna add him to technically difficult is what he's labeled. So, so we'll keep on letting him try to do his stuff here.
So difficult.
So we got these tank treads that are really functional. To me, tank treads, I like if they roll, it's cool. It's not really something I needed, but with this cover, it looks nice. Get like the armor plating. Got to protect those tracks. I mean, these get taken out. The thing is just dead in the water. Paul Hughes StreamYards is horse. And then this is the like super impressive to me. Like the amount of detail that's inside this on the gauges, the lights, the harness, just all this detail. This is like to me at least, it is definitely like model level, if that makes sense.
I agree.
I mean, it's nice. Like I hope this is actually I hope none of this is stickers, because I don't want any of the stuff to peel off.
It's gonna be stickers.
They could print this stuff now. Like they could get some of the.
Oh, they could, but it'll be stickers.
Hopefully stickers we don't have to apply ourselves.
Yeah.
But I love the suicide door idea on the side of the hiss. Like I was like, okay, the thing lifts open, whatever. But the idea of having the two sides open up is crazy. YouTube, the light is a sticker. Paul saying it's sticker. Paul, get back in here. You were working fine until you started playing with stuff. I shouldn't have asked you if you're on your whole.
It's your fault. You were like, "Are you on Wi-Fi?" Or
I did.
You should have just left it alone. He was fine. You ruined it.
Blame me. We got the back here. We got this nice little drop down seat that like looks like you can go up and down, but then it's like if you see how this is on here, like we got space for another seat, or what's going to be going here. And also, how the hell is the gunner like? Where's the gunner going to be? What's supporting the gunner's legs? Is there like a little like skiddy like bicycle seat that it sits on while it's gunning at the top? Like I see this red here, but they never really gave us a look. So like, is it just like holding all the weight in the arms and like letting the feet dangle?
Is the The Cobra seat, the seat back there is the Cobra emblem, right? Like the back
it's the Cobra emblem.
All right. Yeah, I think that's a nice touch. I think that's cool.
Which is really cool with like the figures, which I'm talking about them early before we get into the tiers and everything. But you got yourself the driver that initially comes with it. We got the gunner that's going to go up top, and then the tactician that we get the early bird is going to sit right in this little seat right here. Or however you want your figures, but let's be real. That's probably how it is. But see, what is like? It looks cool, but is there a seat or what's going on?
Let me put my old man glasses on. It kind of looks like if you look. All right, so you see where the peg is for the add-on guns we haven't got to yet.
Yeah,
it looks like there's a little piece of plastic that sort of comes off of that. That to me looks like there's going to be some sort of, whether it's a waist grabber or
are you talking about this?
Or goes into like a seat where they can sit. Right. That to me looks like that's going to be whatever holds your figure in there.
We got some comments in here. We got Jeremy Kimberlin. Those are light up, so plastic, not stickers. Okay, that is. We got. See, I'm thinking that too. We got Darth Gutierrez. What chilling or what fools? Plastic addict in the 375 vehicle bat. The gunner stand completely upright. Well, I know that, but I mean, if they're trying to do this stuff now, I'm putting my female his tank member in the back. Why?
Gotta be in the back.
Why? Why? Could she not do the same job as a male his tank? Why, plastic? Answer us that. I meant to type his, not bat. My bad.
Oh.
And then Paul said, must female. I don't. Paul, get your stuff fixed, man. Come on, man. And then we got into some more pictures here. Let's take a look. This, I was like, that's neat. But it's like, if this is like an engine or whatever, I would have expected a little bit more. Like, it's silver and you got like some wiring and whatnot. And then, of course, there's the cover that's going to go over it. But I would have thought there had been a little bit more. I think they gave us more with Ray's speeder and the Sand speeder from Black Series. When it comes to engines and stuff like that.
I can actually take the speeder down and open it up, but I'm not gonna.
Nah, man. All that dust getting your eyes. Allergies. Safety first.
My shit's not dusty.
Safety first, man. Wear shoes in the house. So here we got the gunner. Or, well, the driver. Wow, I'm so dumb. So we got the driver. And this is straight up like OG. Some people already started to complain. Like, again, I am going to address some complaints that I've heard. In my opinion, to those opinions, that's all this really is. And people are complaining about the gun. It's futuristic, whatever. Like, hey, I think it looks all right. Pistol, like little submachine gun looking thing, magazine that's most likely removable, and then you got the blade for up close combat. I mean, he's a driver. If you got some Joes at your canopy, you got to jump out. And if you're too close, you got to start slashing and stabbing.
It looks enough like a real world gun to me. And this is coming from someone who's not getting this and doesn't really care. But it looks enough like if you want to talk about futuristic guns that looked crazy, look at the first wave of G.I. Joe. That looks nothing like those. This to me is a nice meld of futuristic meets real world gun.
Yeah, I mean, you got to realize that, like, if Destro is the gun runner, he's the manufacturer of a lot of weapons stuff, you're going to get stuff that's just not going to be seen before. That might resemble things that's going to be a little bit amped up. And then he's got the little baby pistol down there. That looks a little small. Hopefully it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it is.
And then, but that logo, the chest, the head, it looks really good. He's got those go-go boots, the armored go-go boots. So he can't mess with his legs. He, shoot everywhere up here, but man, those legs, you gotta save them.
And the way they have them posed right there, it looks like they're uneven.
They do.
Like one boot's higher than the other.
But one thing that is cool, and I think it's also the strap too, because he has the holster right here.
Oh no, you know what? You're right. You're right.
But one thing that Lenny brought to the table, like first off, was like, we got fists. He's like, in case some stuff goes down, they need to, you know, in their file card talking about fighting and stuff like that. So he gave him like the Power Glove from Nintendo. So, you know, he got all the controllers right here, so he can play all the Nintendo games, and then he got dual Power Gloves. But no, I like the idea of like some sort of like power gauntlet, like combat knuckle type of hand-to-hand weapon. I think it's a pretty cool idea, and then we're getting alternate hands. I mean, alternate hands, it's a step in the right direction. Let's see. Wait, what do we Paul saying my female will drive. Y'all are wild. Yeah, man, you're the one who said that your female's gonna be riding him back. So, you know. Well, I'm not falling for that trap. George puts his baby in the corner. Paul, best believe my hiss is going on my shelf. Oh man, this thing is practical for my shelf, but the Sentinel and Galactus is not practical at all. This thing is not going to be practical for my DTOF, man. 19 inches, I don't think is going to fit in my DTOF, so I gotta redo some of my displays. But it's definitely got to be displayed properly. Yeah, it's going to be a beauty. Like this to me, and I know I'm jumping the gun. Like for the price point, it's like I don't buy hot toys. Like I have some Sideshow Joes and 30,000 toys, stuff like that. But this to me is like my hot toy as a Joe collector. His driver is ready for a shift at the Spearmint Rhino with it. Whoa. Oh man.
Oh shit.
I love Power Glove. It's so bad. Yeah, the Power Glove didn't work worth the damn if you ever played Nintendo with the Power Glove.
But it was
that's
so
fucking
sweet
great.
in that movie it showed up in though.
The Wizard.
Yeah, the Wiz. That's it. Thank you.
The Wizard, not the Wiz. The Wiz is different.
I couldn't remember the name of the movie, but thank you.
The Wizard with the Savages.
Yeah.
I own that movie on Blu-ray. I made sure to buy it because it's iconic. I mean, that was the first time, and this is totally not Judge related, but that was the first time a movie actually premiered and advertised a Mario game before it even came out. Like that's when Mario 3 was announced. Yep. So I mean, I thought it's an iconic movie. If you guys haven't seen it, you're maybe too young at the time. Definitely check out The Wizard. It's 80s to the T, and it's Nintendo. We saw this picture already.
All right, so I'm curious about something.
What are you curious about?
Once you get to it.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Plastic's laughing at the Spearmint Rhino. For the Joes being a big and popular line from Hasbro, it surprised me the figures don't come with additional hands. Man, it's with it being their own IP. I don't really know what goes into it. Like I don't know the side. I know like certain sides from like Action Force. I see what he pumps out. I see what they're doing for Legends. But in my opinion, the Classified series just to me is like their best looking line. Like it's looking better than Star Wars, the Black Series, and it's looking better than their Legends. Like the amount of texture you're getting in the figures, the sculpt work. They're just doing a really, really amazing job with it. But I don't understand the hand things at all. Like all of them have trigger fingers, and if you punch somebody with a trigger finger, it's gonna hurt.
And am I wrong? But aren't all Hasbro's lines, including like Black Series and Legends, aren't they sort of cutting back on accessories in general?
Man, I thought they've always sort of been they've sort of been more and more, but like Black Series to me has always sort of been a little bit light.
Well, Black Series is definitely one because I mean I obviously collected some Black Series too. Was definitely the one that got the least amount, but from what I'm seeing, it seems like Legends is starting to like cut back on a lot. Like you won't necessarily get an alternate head sculpt or as many hands as you used to, or a weapon or stuff like that. Like it sort of seems like, I mean, and maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just not seeing the ones that come with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean this Bonebreaker wave. All I want is that Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure. I only need a couple more pieces and then it'll be complete because that wave just doesn't grab me enough. Even though people are loving that Vulcan body, and it's like you should. They've been running through that Bucky Cap Spider-Man body mold for years, so a new mold is good, you know.
And they need to, hopefully, for all the collectors that collect Hasbro's sake and Marvel Legends, that they do finally get rid of that Bucky, because any figure that I've gotten that's on that Buck there's always floppy something on it because it's so old.
Paul said that he said he saw the Wizard in movie theaters because I'm old like Judd. You old fuckers.
Yeah, we are old. I saw it in the theater too.
Yeah. See, Plastic Addict was saying the only thing they need to work on and maybe is additional head sculpt. Additional head sculpts would be mint. Like that Viper, when you see the Sideshow collectibles Viper they dropped, and the Sideshow collectibles version or special edition, whatever the hell, limited edition, came with the unhelmeted head. We should have had that. They could have just grabbed that and made it smaller and been like, boom, there you go. I would have loved to have had Vipers walking around holding their helmets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like G.I. Joe, the classified, needs to have everything. Just anything they can dream up that'll fit in that box should be in there, because they're not paying anything for a license.
Right. They just need fisted hands, what Plastic Addict says. Black Series has always been the most basic, per Paul. And then Blucher, I have the Wizard on DVD. It's on DVD collection set. I wouldn't mind getting an individual release for it. Blu-ray, man. You get it on Blu-ray. If it was on 4K, I probably would have got it.
Blucher's got all the good movies, man.
He's got everything.
Like I want to go to Texas and just hang out at his house, just because he's got every movie that like I would love to see again.
Road trip, man. Swing. We'll go to Texas. We'll bring the popcorn and the snacks, man.
Hell yeah.
So. And Paul Hughes, since he's having technical, he says Legends is hella stingy. Yeah, I mean it's that I'm sure that Marvel license, Marvel Disney ain't cheap. Oh, he says now.
Well, because it was and it's regular.
Black Series still have single jointed elbows. That line is not for me anymore. They refuse to change. You want to know what you should look into? Plastic, and honestly, their vintage line. Their vintage line is looking crazy good for 3 3/4. It's looking better than Black Series. It's crazy. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I still get my many Black Series, and I dig a lot of them. But you're not wrong about how backwards they can be. I mean, I'm still waiting on my Death Watch Mandalorian. I'm still waiting on that. Lost Dongle, thank you guys. No feels for GI Joe. Give us more. Nope. No. Oh, no fees for GI Joe. Okay, I was like, no feels. What? No fees. It's true. It's true. It's like no fees. Like go all out. You're already maximizing. I mean, everything went up in price. You're definitely getting some good profit from Joe's, and people are hungry for it. Like you can't even people just buying it off the shelves unless it's that horrible Snake Eyes movie. If we hitting up Blucher's house, we got to get some barbecue. Yeah, you can't go to Texas without barbecue.
Dude, but barbecue, and we gotta shop his counter wall.
Come on through, y'all would have to sleep among the dinosaurs. Hey, that's all right. That's okay.
Hey, that's cool. It'll allow me to shop your counter wall while I'm in there.
Lost Dongle said royalties. T-Rex for a pillow. I'll give you a T-Rex for a pillow. I'll give you a big old T-Rex, Paul. Everyone get a ticket to Texas for barbecue. But all right, so we getting off track, but it's all good. Yeah. That's what it's about, just chit-chatting. But we've seen this image before. We're getting into the tiers.
Yeah. So
tier 1, 2 removable side-mounted missile racks. Yeah. People complained about this. I think it's pretty dope. I don't need them to launch or be spring-loaded, but I think it's pretty dope. I like the Cobra logo that's on the tip. you know, just the tip, just to see how it feels. And then you got the side logos, which look clean. They look like they're all removable. I think they're gonna they look good on the actual hiss. Like some people are complaining about the little nipple spot down here that it ports into. That's the only option they have, because if they were to make it an innie instead of an outie, that innie's going to interfere with the interior where your, you know, weapon rack and all that stuff's going to be. So it's, you know,
Nope.
you really got to look at it as how it's made. You know, maybe they should do that. Hasbro should just have its own like how it's made type of like videos. Or maybe they don't want to see it. But that's cool that it actually slides, so it pops on and it slides out and it angles. One thing that they could have done, why don't they have missile blast effects on the back? Like,
Yeah.
Why couldn't they have given us some, like it's blasting? I mean, it wouldn't have been, I don't think it would have been that much plastic. I think it would have been cool. They could have gave us like maybe 2. If they're being cheap, you know, or like a full 6 or 12. You know, if we want to be greedy, we could do 12, but I don't know how this thing will launch them. I would assume they just launch in space, so they could probably launch them all at once, maybe. But the red lights on the back look cool with it.
Even if they launch all at once, it's still like sort of one at a time.
Paul says it slides out in angles. Lost Angle says they are greedy. Companies that are selling stuff aren't there to not make money. Like it's always going to be a factor. If you can get more money with less, I mean, a company's going to do it. But that's our tier 1.
Wait, hold on, Art. It's like a boss of mine used to say. It is my job to pay you the least amount of money for the most amount of work. So it's kind of the same way with toy companies. It's my job to make something that you want so that I can make the most money possible and give you the least amount of stuff for that money.
It is true. And it's like, and it's one of those things, like we could stand up in certain causes and, you know, not support it. If you don't find value in it, don't buy it. That's going to be the biggest thing. Nobody is forcing anybody to buy anything. Don't let the hype change your mind. Make your own decision. If it works with your budget and you like it, there you go. But don't let anybody saying it's crappy to not buy it. Like, make your own decision. You either like it or you don't.
90% of the people that are crying about it are buying it anyway.
Yeah. But I love this. It looks really clean how it's all fits in there. But I really love this 2-tone, like how they captured like the stripage on the back and everything like that. Looks nice. They put a lot of freaking pictures of. Wait, how come these ones don't have Cobra logos on the tip? All right, I'm not
bait and switch.
Because these are plus little these are the pill missiles. They'll shoot pills into your mouth. But yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Hopefully we don't get this. I hope we get the other design. So we get into tier 2. Now this is my gripe. And this is also my opinion when this thing dropped. Why are these tiny ass pictures? They didn't even give us big ones. So you got basically a canopy and covers to turn it into the classic OG hiss. When they announced it, I hated it. I was like, I just have these. I'm not going to use them. Blah, blah, blah. But then I also had to sit back and think, it may not be for me, but there's the OG collectors that would prefer that OG look. So therefore, I can't really say that it's crappy. But I do feel that this should have been included as an automatic. It should not have been a tier at all. It should have been automatically part of that package. They could have used this tier for battle damage, blast effects. This should have been auto included.
I get you with that, but honestly, in my opinion, this is Hasbro's way of getting people to now they have to get 2 instead of just 1. because then I can have one new school and I have one that's got the old school feel, and then I can have two his tanks in my display that look different.
That is true. I guess you could have your ones that aren't officially looking OG grouped up with the newer style one, and then the OG style stuff with the that's
Right.
I mean, I know a lot of people that are actually getting a lot of these. Plastic Addict said the lightsaber should have been a GameStop exclusive and it would have sold better than making it Haslab. That lightsaber should have been a their Disney thing, Galaxy's Edge, and it probably would have been all right. Lost Dongle said, yes, Judd, you are correct. I don't know what he is referring to.
I don't know. I talk a lot of shit, so it could have been anything I said.
I'm trying to keep up with it too. You know how huge the gathering would be? That would be awesome. That would be a heck of a Texas turnout. At this point in my collection life, I just want to buy stuff that makes me happy, and this will make me happy. The nostalgic feelings are strong, and that's it, man.
And that's exactly why if you back this, that's the only reason why you should back this, is because it makes you happy and because it takes you back to the day when you were playing with these as kids.
Yep.
If you're buying it because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and you're trying to keep up with your favorite YouTuber that complains and then buys everything anyway, like there's no point. Like, why? It's not a small amount of money that you're investing in this thing. So only get it if it's going to make you happy when you see it. Get it. If you're on the fence, you're like, oh, well, everybody else in the toy group that I'm in is getting it, I don't want to be left out, then that's a dumbass reason to get it.
It is. We got Lost Dongo. The missiles are great, but tier 2 was dumb. Should have been included. Yes.
Yep.
I'm to your channel, homie. I'm liking it. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate the support. We try, like, when I go live and when I do my reviews, I try to keep it as real as possible. Like, I'm not sugarcoating stuff, and then it's my opinion also. Like, if you don't agree with my opinion, doesn't mean you're wrong, doesn't mean I'm wrong. We just don't agree. It's cool.
Right.
Cool.
Our art doesn't do what I call commercial. He doesn't do commercials for figures so that Hasbro can send them free stuff.
I just want people to see what you get for your dollar, because we got to stretch these dollars, man. We're all living in this world where prices are going up. Tier 2 was weak sauce. Let's see, Blucher. Y'all just had a toy show. Bluke, how come y'all didn't all meet up? Yeah, see. That's a good question. Plastic. Okay, so they're having their own little conversation. Judd, good thing you're wearing pants this time around.
Hey, I wear pants live. It's just when I'm at home, no pants.
So then we got the Cobra his 3 up classified upgrade number 3 accessory pack his gunner. This is awesome.
So
I wish the picture why did they make him so freaking small? Oh, maybe that's way too big.
No, they made those small. They're small on the site.
So, I'm trying to get it in there so people can see it a little bit better. But
yeah,
you got like 2 like minigun looking things. Honestly, they look like the miniguns that Roblox, like the ones they attach to the ramp cycle. They look like they got the little thing on the side.
I'm sure they are. They're not gonna retool a bunch of original stuff to throw on this thing. There's going to be certain things that they're able to pull from other things to put on it.
Oh, we got a super chat in there. Thank you, Lost Dongle. Thank you all. Judd is right about everything. Laugh out loud. Keep it up, guys. Hey, I mean, that's what we try to do. That's why I wanted to get Judd on here on my channel, because if you guys aren't part of, the Plastic Cannibals, it's a Facebook group. It's private. Just search for Plastic Cannibals on Facebook and join. There's some questions, but it's a group that is like-minded like this. We talk, we share pictures, we have a good time, but it's drama free. But yeah, like, so yeah, still they're miniguns that go on the top, which is pretty cool, but that underbelly gun looks really, really nice. I like that. And then just how these all pivot and move and angled. Looks good. But then we get the Hiss driver. Can I get in there? And I'm going to try to zoom in on this. Why would they like not want people to see the...
Well, and it was funny is even on the site, you can't expand it without just expanding your screen. It's ridiculous.
All right, there we go. To get some... Why is it cramming up this price? Like, we obviously know the price, Hasbro. Why are you blocking it in? But I wanted to get a good...
You didn't know, it's $299.99.
This is horrible. I can't... I'm gonna have to zoom out. I was trying $250 maybe. Oh, what the... Did I go? It pushed me all the way down.
You went all the way down to where they show the what you guys.
But basically, you got the female Hiss driver, which is awesome. You know, they just cinched it up, gave her little boobs and stuff.
The female's the gunner art.
Sorry, the gunner. But she got the fist hands, and I love the accessory. She comes with the same gun, same pistol, but we got ourselves a shovel and like a hammer, which is pretty awesome. And honestly, we're so close to unlocking tier 4, which I'm sure it's going to happen before it's done. But this is awesome. Like this is a nice little accessory. So they were giving us basically, more figures, which is good. You got to, because that price is a little bit hard now. So this is for the early bird special offerings. I'm going to actually share my opinion on ones that I like.
All right. Well, and that was the question that I was holding, was because I was curious to see which style you want. I know which ones I like, and I didn't even back it.
Yeah, I see. Lost Dongo by now. But Art and Judd, did any of you back the Hiss? He says I didn't. I did. I did, like right when they announced it. Like they just mentioned it. I couldn't go to the site quick enough before they even announced any of this stuff. So this is the early bird. They're like, if we reach this before July 6th, blah, blah, blah. Man, it happened. It happened quick within not even 12 hours. It might've been 12, 13 hours, but it was crazy quick. So we got ourselves our options of the Tactician. And I guess this was like inspired by Ron Rudat. So the deco and designs.
It's his concept art, right? It's
right.
Like concept art that he made back in the day.
All right, I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit so we can fit it a little bit better. All right, there we go. So we got ourselves some color choices as backers to choose. It's a voting system. This one's sort of cool. Not one that I would go with. It's cool. It's just pretty much all black with, subtle red on the chest. Then we get into this one, which I do like this one. This one would be like, this is definitely one of my 3. I have 3 that I've chosen. I just got to whittle it down. I like this one because it has the red highlights with the black. It fits really with that modern Hiss vibe. Like it gives off.
We're on the same page so far.
This one, the all black, the black noir, like not really feeling that one too much. I mean, it's cool. It's just, and they could have gave it maybe like a red visor, a green visor, like a Night Ops vibe. That would have been cool, but I just feel like that one's not for me. Not for me. And then we get down here. This one is cool. This is my rank 3rd. So second is the red one I point out. This is 3rd for me. I love the color, but it's definitely a Decepticon vibe. Like this would be a figure that you would have got if they released the another Soundwave Hiss like they did in the 3 3/4, like the purples and stuff. It's cool. It's cool. But I would think my first go is this one right here. I like the black and gray.
That's hilarious. We are 100% on the same page on these.
I like the black and gray. I mean, as a tactician, I would feel that you'd be a little bit more stealthy. And it looks nice. Like the gray accents. Let me see. We got some. We got Lost Dongo, the red and black one. Okay. We got quite a few people in the chat. Subscribe to Unboxing Art if you haven't on YouTube. Thank you, Paul. The Hiss backed faster than the Sentinel. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it did. It's 100% facts. It's probably it's the fastest backed Haslab.
And be happy that it doesn't have any joints.
Yeah. No ratchet joints. Black and red helmet are my favorites. I voted for the red helmet though. When do you get the vote? Did I miss that point?
Yeah, you're gonna have to check because it's all on you guys.
Most paint apps make them work for it. That makes sense.
I like it. I like it.
And then you got over here, the last but not least, you got the blue. I get it, but I feel like we got enough blue. Like, I don't need my tactician to blend in with my Cobra infantry officers, troopers. I get where they're going, but he needs to stand out.
Yep.
So again, mine is second.
The only thing that I think that last one has going for it is, and it's not one of my favorites at all. I wouldn't want it, but I do kind of dig the way that the Cobra logo kind of pops off that last figure.
This one?
That last look, yeah. It just kind of, I don't know. To me, it just sort of pops. But I wouldn't choose it either.
It pops here, and then it definitely pops
here. But I really like it on the black though.
So, yeah. So those are my tactician views. Let's see. Somebody liked it. Hot, good one, Judd. No joints. We got Paul. I'm into the purple now, but I'm probably alone. Hey, no, you're not. It's my third. It's my third choice.
No, it was mine. We're right on board. The same top three. I'm the same with you. But yeah,
purple one is out. Hasbro give us a Telly Viper. Not sweating the purple. Yeah, I mean, forget the Telly Viper, man. Give me a Toxo Viper. Give me that purple. Or but the Telly Vipers would be it. And then there's another purple. Why am I not thinking of it? Techno Viper. There we go. Yeah, Techno Viper is all purple too. So we'll have plenty of purple. And wow, they didn't even show the fourth tier?
No, they don't on there. Only the ones that backed it get to see those.
So let me remove this off of here so I was really hoping that we could see all that.
Yeah, they don't see our faces. They don't release that on Pulse until after it's unlocked.
It's sort of stupid. You want people to back it, but why wouldn't you want to advertise what your tiers are?
Right. Well, because they know that those, like you, I mean, you shared it with me. That's the only way that I knew that's what the final tier was because you sent it to me. And everybody's gonna be talking in the toy groups like they know that their fans are their biggest marketing tools. So it's been shared, like I'm sure on Instagram and places like that too. So
find a quick image of it.
And by the way, that last year that the figure sucks, and you should totally just give it to me.
You don't like Hasbro, remember? Am I actually gonna have to go into yeah, I'm gonna have to go into stupid freaking, and I sent it to you, right?
Yeah, you sent it to me.
So now I got to go into my chats. Sorry, guys, I was not prepared for that. So, Judd. There it is. There it's B. Close out this one. Slide this over. And there we go. Tier 4.
Look at that sexy ass Cobra Commander.
It's gorgeous. It's definitely gorgeous. I did comment on every post that they stated that since this is a Haslab, we should be able to have alternate hooded head. That's just my opinion. I understand the reason why they're getting away from it. If they're going to be doing that, then they might need to be getting rid of Red Skulls, Baron Zemos, maybe Spider-Man, because if he pulls his mask out, it might droop down like Cobra Commanders. I don't know. I just feel like that classic hooded look, this would have been an opportunity to give it to us without releasing it to the net general public like that, like
Yeah.
to retail stores, to have Karens cry and complain about it.
And that was the first thing I asked you was, where's the hooded head sculpt? Like,
I mean, we get the alternate hands that we've seen. We've seen the pointing hands we got with other Cobra commanders. I love the actual globe that's wrapped around by a Cobra. I think that's really cool. But the backpack piece that holds the gun, like giving us that iconic gun looking clean. And again, this is just a render. I'll be interested to see what it turns out to figure wise. But the biggest thing you guys need to notice, a lot of people complained that they were taken away from their retro carded line, and all the crybabies are like, they weren't even ready for it. They just took it from the retro line, whatever, But they're going to re-release this. And the reason I say that is because if you look at the Cobra logo on his chest, this is the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander. That print defect that happened back in the 80s. So we will get this Cobra Commander. May not have all these goodies, but we will have this Cobra Commander with the proper logo. I doubt they would have made this with this proper logo if it wasn't going to be done this way. So it makes it even more unique to this Haslab because it's the Mickey Mouse ears Cobra Commander. So little bit of food for thought. We may not get the Cobra Commander right away or right after this Haslab. It's probably a year later, maybe 6 months. You know how they do stuff. I mean, look at how Build-A-Figures, they'll release an individual carded Build-A-Figure a year out or less.
Look at you using one.
Man, you want to know what
frustrated.
You want to know what it is? Is like with when the Plunder Longs and Strong campaign was going on Kickstarter, man, looking at their image, and I was like analyzing it, and I'm like, who's this? Which one's that? Like, and now I'm like OCD about analyzing stuff, like little clues, But yeah, I think this thing looks great. We got some more comments in here. Let's see. Okay, Lost Dongo said make them spend money on the paint. Paul Hughes, I'm with you. The purple is my favorite too. That's only on Facebook page. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right, Judd. Word of mouth, the best advertisement. Sometimes it can be the anti-advertisement, because again, you got the people that'll complain about it, but yet they're still buying it, and then it deters people that could have got something they would have enjoyed.
That's only a third.
Something tells me all those tacticians will release in every repaint. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Troop builders, man. Cool. Troop builders. They're like, you have like 20 his tank gunners and drivers, but you only have one his tank. Everyone wants that sick sweaty cash. We got there you go, additional hands. But we got the additional hands with the other Cobra commanders. That we did. We got the pointy fingers and stuff like that.
Yep.
But they were also... No, was it both or was it... Now, see, now my brain's thinking. I think the Supreme Coco came with them.
Yes.
I don't know if the original one... I don't think the original one did. So they gave them... So they're doing the Supreme Coco hands. Because the pointing and stuff. Because the original release didn't. That was my fault. And then we got... we should have got a hood head. It's all good. What are you drinking, Judd? Advertise your beverage.
It's called Haze Jude. It's a nice juicy IPA.
Yeah, I'm basic. I'm a basic bitch. I got Bud Light Platinum. It's the only Budweiser product
I believe. I believe mine is from Platform Brewery.
I can't really mess with the pale ales, man.
I don't know.
Some of them taste like dirt to me. Like you're
eating. I've been on an IPA kick that I just can't get rid of. I love all kinds of beer. I drink. I like just standard ales. I like porters and
you're a damn beer connoisseur.
I love beer.
We will get that Cobra Commander, and he will have a different deco. Yep. Chuck Petty, they did it this way because of Super 7 Coco coming soon. Man, nobody's gonna buy. Do I even want to go on that rant?
I'm going to plead the fifth on Super 7, and especially because I don't own any Super 7, nor will I ever own Super 7. But yeah, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
I own Super 7 stuff. I own all 4 turtles, Casey Jones. I own 2 Toxic Crusaders, and they're not like you could if you like them and you really like their stuff and you're happy with them. I'm happy that you're happy with them. This is not me saying you're wrong for collecting them at all. Like, you can collect what you want, but I don't feel like the value is where it's at with Super 7 products. I don't collect the Thundercats line, but I've seen enough about what's coming from the Thundercats line, and they were still charging those high prices. Same with some of their Disney figures. Unparalleled Universe did the Wizard Mickey, whatever the heck it is, the Sorcerer Mickey.
He did the Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey.
Yeah, there you go. It's just like that company is really bending you over for your nostalgia. Like they're milking all the nostalgia, like with Animaniacs. They're grabbing all this stuff and people are just eating it up. And I don't understand it, because my Toxic Crusaders, the first one, it couldn't hold the weight of the mop. It couldn't support it. So his arm keeps flopping around. Then they released the glow in the dark version. I'm like, sweet, I'll have a Toxic Crusader and a Toxic Avenger. They didn't fix that issue. Then they released a third one. I'm like, no, you fooled me twice. I'm not going to be getting a third one. I'm not doing this heat sensitive, crazy stuff because you're not fixing the issues. And as a company, it's like for demanding that top money, because I was like, man, that Slash that's coming out, I had it pre-ordered. I canceled it because it was like $55. And I'm like, I can't justify, because I don't even know if I have one close by. I don't think I do. I had Mikey around here. Nah, he's not close by, but all my turtles have jingly feet. Like, they just wiggle. And I'm like, for $55?
And if you want to see everything that Arthur's been talking about, go back in his videos and watch them, because his reviews show everything.
I try.
Unless
I'm drinking in Arthur's Beauty. I own a little Super 7, but I've been selling a lot of it because they let me down many times, and $55 to $75 for what I've gotten is just puke. Okay, Darth Gutierrez, Super 7 is whack, dishonest company, most likely. Yeah, I mean, it's rough.
I mean,
Chuck Petty, Super 7 is awesome, big fan. I mean, and that's cool. That's cool. Like, the ones I have, they look good on display. Like, I have my transition, like in one of my Detolfs, I have the NECA Mirage Turtles that drops down to the Revoltech Turtles, that drops down to the Playmate Turtles, and then behind the Playmate Turtles, I have the Super 7 Turtles, and then the baby turtles in front of them. So it's like a sort of like a transition. They look good. They definitely look good. It's just, it's not I don't see the value in it, but I have invested money into it. Am I going to sell them off and say like Super 7's trash? I'm going to sell them off. I won't get rid of them. I got the 4 core turtles, got Casey Jones with that gap in the abdomen. But I supported them enough. And then I just saw through some of the stuff, like those tiny little Animaniacs figures. And then they're not adjusting the pricing. Like, look at their Simpson figures, like Ralph Wiggum. When they showed a size comparison to Mr. Burns, the 2 aliens, and you look at Ralph Wiggum, he's way smaller, but he's still the same price. Just doesn't make sense to me. But if you like it, I'm cool. You know, that's just my opinion, and I'm not saying what you're collecting is wrong or that you're wrong. I love seeing people's collections when they show pictures of them and stuff like that. People do some awesome figure photography with them. It's just not my cup of tea. But I collect shit that people don't probably think is their cup of tea too. I'm looking at a Mr. Potato Head straight in my face, you know.
Right.
I got some figures from the game Castle Crashers. If you remember that old school game, I got well, not really old school, it's back Xbox 360, if I'm not mistaken. But I got a variety of shit. So, you know, I love a lot of, you know, Diamond Select stuff that comes out is pretty solid. A lot of people, you know, have their opinions on that too. So don't want anybody to think that I'm going to say I have my opinions, but that's my opinion. That's my experience. I don't expect everybody to follow suit. Paul, my lino is just sad. We got it's the accessories, the box, the callbacks to the cartoons. And Chuck, and that's where they're making that money, man. It's hitting the nostalgia. Like when they started showing the stuff when the Joes and stuff, I was just like, oh man, they're doing Joes. And I'm like, no. It's like if they would have started with Joe's first before the Turtles, I would have been in trouble because I would have been getting pre-ordered a bunch of them. But I'm hoping, and I hope for all you Super 7 fans, I hope that with the Joes that they're good. That you guys they look great, they pose great. In the packaging, you know you're gonna have that collector ultimate style packaging. We got Chuck Petty, exactly. They have accessories, the cartoons we grew up with, box, etc. But even those accessories they come with, I mean, out of all my turtles, and this is going back to my reviews, my turtles, a lot of the same weapons came warped all to hell out of the package. And then you got the stuff that's all on that classic, like, what are those called? They're all stuck together. Why am I having a brain fart for that?
Oh, the classic weapons, right?
Yeah, but there's a certain word for it. But either way, yeah, like that's cool. But
rack. There's a certain word for it.
Who cuts? I don't cut them out. I just keep them. I just put them back in the package and, you know, call it good, and then put the figure with the weapon that I want. We got Paul here saying, well, when I look at my McFarlane Orc from Warhammer for $30, it just blows my mind how bad some Super 7 have gotten is, I guess. No, bad some Super 7s he's gotten is. Okay, there we go. I can't read. Yeah, those McFarlane Warhammer figures, man, they look good. They look good. I haven't jumped on it. I used to paint the Warhammer figures, never really played. I was painting them to play, but never got around to it. So I had a nice Black Orcs army for Warhammer. I had the White Knights, no, they're not White Knights. What are they? They might be. Either way, they're like these holy Space Marines. And so I got those and I was painting those, but never got to play with them. But the Warhammer stuff is pretty dope.
Warhammer figures are.
I'm an inbox collector. I never take them out. See, now that's different. Like,
yeah,
that's why you don't have certain feelings. Because if I would have kept it all in the package and then I would be like, cool, this stuff looks great. It does have that great in package presence. I can't deny that. I can't at all.
They for sure do. They for sure have a really good in-box presence.
See, now I don't feel bad, man, because I feel like I was shitting on a figure line that you like, and it made me feel bad a little bit.
Nah, you weren't really shitting on it, but
I'm mostly out of box, but if you want to keep them on display in box, that's cool, yeah. Like I open a lot of my figures now. There's some exclusions, like I got this Tron set that's a collector set that you press buttons, it's like blacklight reactive, lights up and stuff. That's Diamond Select. I Boglins. I did open some of the Boglins. I want to get around to review them, but I never did. And then all these 25th anniversaries that you see, I usually basically bought one to rock and one to stock when these were out. So my walls are covered. And with some of the stuff even that I had that I opened up, I did sell some of it, but not all of it. Did some trades with it. But I'm mainly like with the stuff that I get now. I'm not gonna live around to to see all this stuff, so I might as well get my hands in and get dirty, get gritty, and like just really have fun with the figures, because it's not going to go to the grave with me. It's just going to be more of a nuisance for my wife to have to try to sell it to, get rid of the shit, because she's not going to give a shit about it.
Yeah, I open 99% of everything that I collect too, and it's because I don't collect for monetary value. I collect because I like to actually play with and mess around with the figures themselves. But I also respect those. I've seen some really sweet on-card collections. Like, it's just another way of collecting.
Yeah,
Whatever makes you happy.
my Cobra officers in hands. The delicious Storm Shadow. And I just dropped my mouse, but figure of the year. One of the figures, top 10, easily, Spirit.
Are you going to have Crocmaster on your list? I think that's a contender. I think
Crocmaster's
Crocmaster and Fiona. I think
pretty dope.
That's a contender.
He's definitely up there. Oh, good thing I have my mouse plugged now. I can just sort of pull it up by its charging cord. But yeah, you want to know what a top 10 figure, and this is this is totally off Hasbro. This is not a Hasbro product, but my top 10 figure of the year, we got Diamond Selects Golem. Like, this thing is ridiculously awesome. The Deluxe Golem is wild. It is wild, little poop knees. But this figure is so fun. I haven't reviewed it fully yet, because I've just been having fun playing around with it, posing around, and it's just, I'll be in the middle of talking with Judd or somebody in Messenger on video call, and I'll just pop it up and be like, hey.
I don't know that I've gotten anything this year that I would put on a top. I don't know if I'll have a top 10 this year.
Lost Dongo. Oh my God, you're so right, Art. No, I'm glad you told me. Thank you. Yeah, just be cautious, man. Just be cautious. Then we got Paul talking about his whole thing. VC Star Wars goes on the shelf or on the wall in a box along with retro cards. But I may be two also. Oh, I may buy two also. I'm hoping. Yeah, because he says I'm that guy.
We need Antonio in the chat.
So here we go again. This is, so we got Spirit the tracker. I mean the sniper. He is a tracker. When did and this is a subject me and Judd were sort of talking about before we went live.
Yeah.
When did that become a thing? Like, I thought because Aragorn in Lord of the Rings, he was he could track people. He was like a tracker. I mean, I think there's people in the military that are, could track people. I mean, we're being tracked probably all the time with social media and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, our government are tracked in the U.S. Like that's not a bad thing.
Know. This figure, either way, it's still a tracker, sniper, whatever you want to call it, is still one of the best looking Joe characters that they've dropped. Like, the head sculpt is phenomenal. Freedom is good. Like, I really like this figure.
Wait a minute, let me see something really quick.
Oh crap!
No, hold on. Does that head sculpt look anything like? No, I guess not.
No.
I was just curious, just for.
He's like, get that trash out of there. Don't be comparing that to Spirit. Yo, Spirit, apology, Judd.
I don't know shit. I was just wondering if Hasbro did a little flim flam on y'all and reused a head sculpt from a box set. No, I was just honestly, I was just curious to see how close it was.
Judd said Smeagol is so badass, dude. That's why I'm glad I got the two. I got that the one that came with the invisible Frodo, and then the deluxe one that came with his rock, so I can have a Smeagol and I can have a Golem. Do those like figure photographies. Blucher says Super 7 has the Godzilla license. Wouldn't mind getting some, but for $84.99 is a bit much. I really like their Violante figure. $84.99.
$84.99. How big? Blucher, how big is the Godzilla?
I want to
tell me it's like fucking. It's like 6 inches, and they want $84.99 for it. I
mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. woke, everything is offensive. And that I mean, I'm offensive, man. I feel like everything I say, because I don't sugarcoat things. I say stuff and I'll be like, oh, that's bad. But yeah, I don't understand. I maybe just need to look it up. But I mean, if Native Americans stated that was offensive, then I mean, I respect their statement. You know, they're the only ones, in my opinion, that have the right to say that that's offensive.
I grew up in a time where you just said it like it was. I can't change the way that I talk, and so I offend people all the time, because you don't ever want to ask me if your ass looks too big in a pair of fucking tight jeans, because I'm gonna tell you your ass looks big in a pair of tight jeans.
Yeah, he told me the other day when I was on, I was talking to him on video chat, and I was like, dude, how's this looking? He's like, man, you look fat. And I just went and cried, ate myself a box of donuts in the corner, you know, drink a whole half-gallon chocolate milk to drink them down, you know.
I like you go drink some more chocolate milk, fatty.
you damn fatty boombaladdy. Paul says Aragorn was always classed as a ranger, which is Lord of the Rings tracker. Right? Yeah, he was a tracker, or the ranger. But that's why, I mean, I guess can I call Spirit a ranger? I'm gonna have to actually. I don't know where his box is. Too far out of arm's reach, but I'm gonna have to look it up.
Oh, go get it.
No, because you know what I'm doing? I'm trying to reach for it, thinking it'll have a file card that actually has words.
Oh wait, yeah, never mind. Go to jajo.com and look at his look at the emblems.
Shaman shaming on this stream. What?
Shaman shaming.
Oh, is that what that guy was that you brought up? Was a shaman? Judd, your character, or the figure that you picked up, the legend, that was a shaman?
Yeah.
Cancel these boys. Don't cancel the boys. Don't cancel the boys.
I wasn't shaming anybody. It's Arthur that's shaming stuff.
Pull it up on Google and see. I want to say 7 or 8 inches.
7 or 8 inches. That seems awfully. Wow,
it's like $10 an inch. Get out of here.
Well,
Art drowns his sorrows in warm yoo-hoo and cold pizzas. I've never drank a yoo-hoo. Ever. I've never.
Yoo-hoo's gross, dude.
It always looked like watered milk.
Chocolate.
Yeah, see that did not appeal to me when I
didn't like yoo-hoo when it was
cold pizza. I can eat cold pizza, man. And I'm one of those weirdos that if you had a pizza like the night before and you left it over on the counter the next morning, I'd just grab a slice and whatever. Didn't have to be refrigerated, you know.
And Blucher, I know you're a huge just dinosaur fan in general, and I know that you're a huge Godzilla fan. And if you decide for yourself that that's something you want in your collection, I think you should totally go for it and get it. I think that price is ludicrous, personally. But if you like it, man, that could be a centerpiece in your collection.
Paul said yoo-hoo is yogurt based. That's why it's so off tasting. I don't know if
yogurt. It's water, dude. It's like watery. It's like if you take good chocolate milk, like old school Hershey's chocolate milk, and dump a bunch of water in it. That's what yoo-hoo tastes like.
Yoo-hoo looks like yoo-hoo looks like the freaking like if you took a hot chocolate mix and mixed it with water. Like a powdered chocolate.
But not even like. But you have to not use the entire package of hot chocolate mix though, because it literally tastes like watery chocolate.
But I'm also a weird person though. I like Tang. I can mess with some Tang.
No, you hit me to Tang on vanilla ice cream, bro.
You never told me if it was good.
I still do that. It's awesome. It's like a dreamsicle. I love it.
Yeah, I told Judd, and some people find it weird. I learned it at a friend's house. They had this big old school like tub of Tang. It was like that cardboard tub and had the plastic lid, whatever. It even came with its own scoop. You didn't have to use your own spoon.
Nope.
But they always did these big tubs of ice cream. They would get for Schwann's ice cream. It was a thing in Michigan. And they would put it on there. I'm like, man, what? That is the weirdest. That looks gross. But I did it, and it is the most mind-blowing thing because it's just like the tartness, it blends with the melting ice cream, and you're just like, what the why haven't I done this before?
So good. I've been mixing it up lately though. Just mixing it all in with the ice cream, making like soft serve.
Paul said you're tasty watery, Judd.
Why, thank you.
But anyway, I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in and enjoying this stream. It was awesome. I love the conversations going on in the chat. And I'm hopefully I think I got everybody's questions and statements and sort of talked about it. Hopefully nobody felt like they were neglected. Except for Paul because he had technical issues and couldn't even stay in the stream, so we had to have him hanging out in the chat.
Which normally would have been me.
Yeah. We got Blucher in here saying, Judd, I would if Playmates or Bandai makes it laugh out, but I can get some vintage to complete some holes in my collection for $84.99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is exactly, that doesn't surprise me from Blucher, because anyone in the chat that wants to see a really
vintage collection is ridiculous.
Impressive vintage collection, and I'm not just saying this. Go check out Blucher's Collectibles, man. He has some really sweet stuff. If you're into like old Kenner stuff,
I think he has like Kenner Predator stuff, Terminators, Jurassic Park. Yeah. I think he has Robin Hood, like Kevin Costner Robin Hood stuff.
He's got one of the most impressive vintage collections on card that I've ever seen, even though I try to get him to open them all the time.
Yeah, he displays them.
He has a super impressive collection, and he's very knowledgeable about the vintage figures that he gets and has in his collection.
And thank you, Lost Dongle. I mean, I appreciate you sticking with us the whole time. Same with Darth Gutierrez. I'll be checking out your channel more. I appreciate it, man. And you guys really, if you're into how this conversation went, go to Facebook, search Plastic Cannibals. You'll see a cartoony creature guy holding Ghost Rider and Tony the Tiger Pop that I drew for the group.
Well, it looks like this.
No. What do you mean? It doesn't look like what? What are you pointing at?
I'm pointing it above
That's my logo.
Me. Where I'm at is your logo.
That's my logo.
Right. And in Plastic Cannibals, the logo is in that same art style. That's
okay. Well, then okay. Well, he's confusing you guys. But anyway, search Plastic Cannibals, answer the questions, come on in and just sort of just talk it up, man. I want to see people's collections. I want to see what you guys are picking up and just really interact. We got a variety of people in there. Other YouTubers, we got figure photographers. We just got people that just like to collect stuff. So, come on in, have fun with it. But I do appreciate you guys sticking around. Hopefully you guys got appreciate our opinions on the Haslab, his tank. Like for me, I think it's definitely worth it. It's worth the value right now. I know a lot of people had an issue at the beginning, but let's be real. Haslabs are going to start with the higher amount at the beginning, and then it's our goal to have people unlock it to get that full value. Now, if we didn't get any unlocks, it would definitely be a little bit harder to swallow, but I think it's at the value now. 4 figures that we'll get, 25 a piece. That's a $100 figure worth of figures if you're going retail, which these aren't official retail, so they'll probably be worth more, but still you're paying $200 for the tank, $100 for the figures, and I mean seems good to me at least. But we shall see.
And I'll put it out there that my personal opinion, and if I was collecting G.I. Joe, I still feel like it was a bit overpriced just in general. But I would have been trying my hardest to get one to put in my G.I. Joe collection if I was collecting. But I also am in the camp that Hasbro does not need to do crowdfunding in order to do these things. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
See, when you get into the crowdfunding aspect of it, it's like to me, it gets into the whole TIE fighter thing that they released. They had those things were sitting on shelves.
Well, right. But what I'm saying to counteract that is they have their own website, right? Okay. And what they could do is they could release it as a pre-order that runs for X amount of time. They could knock the price down a little bit, have the same stuff that comes with it, either have all the same stuff that comes with it and have the same price, but do it as a pre-order, or get rid of the figures knock down the price on it so that more people can afford it. Because that's the thing.
That is true.
I'm over the people saying, oh, well, collectors are cheap. They don't want to pay the money. Well, that's not it, dude. Some people can't afford to drop that much money ahead of time before it even comes out. You're giving Hasbro their money. So they're going to spend money. They're going to make money off the interest while your money sits there for a year, however long it takes. So you could very easily do a pre-order, make just as much money or more if you got rid of, like, if it just came with the driver and just the driver and the his tank. Knock it down to, like, $150, $200. They're gonna sell just as many or more and make just as much or more money on a pre-order. That's
if they did that, though, I feel like if they did that more to that level, I think they would sacrifice, if they changed the price that drastically, I think it would sacrifice a lot of those details that we were taking a look at.
I don't think so. I think that's bullshit. I think Hasbro can do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, they can.
They want you to believe. They want you to believe, as the consumer, they want you to believe that because this is a crowdfunded thing and we're charging this much money, that's why you're getting this much detail. BS. I call BS on that, because they can do the exact same thing for a less price and put just as much detail in it. But that affects their profit margins. But because no, it does. Oh, get out of here, profit margins. They own the license, bro.
Right, but they want to make. But they want to make the most money that they possibly can.
They can sell a thing for $50 without the electronics in it and make a shit ton of money. They could sell.
They want more money.
They could sell it for $200 with the electronics and still make more money.
But they didn't become 11 point whatever $1 billion company by giving some products like that for $50. But
no, but I'm just saying that anybody.
I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, Judd. I'm just saying that
no. I'm not taking it like that either, because, like, I didn't back the damn thing anyway. But I would have if I was collecting it, and I still would have felt like I was paying too much for it. Like, in the beginning, I'd have felt like, wow, this is a lot of money to tie up, But then as they released other tiers and what came out with it, I don't know.
And the figures that are coming with it are numbered.
I feel
so
like
the people that are completionists are gonna feel even more pressure to buy it as well, because I'm gonna have these numbers that are gapped because I didn't back a Haslab to get those 4 figures.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like a $1 billion company doesn't need to crowdfund shit. That's just my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion.
Maybe we can get an answer. Maybe I can reach out to Hasbro and be like, hey, let's get you guys on here and see if I can get some answers of why they choose that.
Oh, why they'll have all kinds of. Oh, it won't be on the shows, and that's not the way our website is set up. We're assholes. And we like to fucking gouge people and have them crowdfund shit. But crowdfunding for me is it's for the small guy that's just starting out, that wants to start his own. He wants to go against the norm and get away from these $1 billion companies. That's what crowdfunding is for. $1 billion companies don't need to crowdfund. Yeah, like Plunderlings.
I feel you. I mean, where was this, Judd, earlier? Where was this? You got the beer let you loose. You got a little loose. But Lost Dongle with the $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Judd is right. Hasbro can do what they want. Some of those tiers should have been included. G.I. Joe is the cheapest line they can create.
I mean, and look, you can look behind me. You can't see them, but I have a boatload of Hasbro figures.
I can see them.
I have a boatload.
You did get Hasbro tattooed on your dong too.
And I have Hasbro with bubbles next to it, so I can ask chicks if they want to blow Hasbro's bubbles.
I thought I wasn't going in on the tank, but I did want to see what's coming with the tiers to see the whole picture. And that's another thing too. So that's when I know I jumped in. I'm like, man, I jumped in right away. But but there was that escape latch. You know, there was that button that I could eject out of this seat to be free from it, because even though I backed it, I could have canceled before it went up. So if those tiers weren't feeling to me, to my value, I could have just been like, you know what, peace. I'm not doing this. It's not the value for me.
No, then what? Then I wouldn't let you do it. I'd have made you get it because seriously, because if you weren't happy with it, you could do the same thing they already did with the McFarlane Spawn. You could have sold that thing on eBay for like $1,000, and some idiot would have bought it.
You know, I still have that Spawn. I haven't opened it or reviewed it.
Oh no, I still have mine.
It's going to be displayed at some point because it's a good display piece. But I mean, I feel like I got duped on that. I really did.
And there's another one. I don't believe that Todd McFarlane should have done a Kickstarter for that.
He made crazy amount of money off of that.
He had his own website, and then all of a sudden after, and honestly, the reason why he did it is because that's why we have Spawn figures on the shelves again, because he used that to show the toy companies that there was interest in a Spawn line.
So Paul said, by the way, Judd, your display looks dope. It definitely does. We got smooth articulations. Haslab gives everyone a chance to buy it. Plus, if it was a pre-order, it would be remade, unlike a Haslab project. Haslabs aren't remade and sell for more on the aftermarket.
And that's a
resell will get your money back. I sold my Kickstarter Spawn for quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a fine way to look at it. But if you don't think that Hasbro is ever going to use that mold ever again, you're crazy.
Blucher says, I'm still looking for that Mortal Kombat Spawn with the sword. That's the one I got. I had the axe one. I think I gave it to Tony because he didn't have a Spawn. What are you getting? What do you? You're getting all heated over there, man. I understand.
I'm tired of the it's an exclusive thing. They're never going to do it again. And if you think that Hasbro is spending all that money on tooling,
they're just going to wait until we die. They're going to wait until we die to reuse those.
You're crazy.
I mean,
there will be a stripped down version of a his tank at some point that's 6 inches. Trust me on that.
Man, I just want some. I want Serpentor in that chariot. Can we talk? That looks beautiful. Like just those little leak things. I mean, Serpentor's coming. If anybody hasn't noticed or heard of it, there's little prototype pieces out there, just like we seen of the Bat and Alley Viper. So we got Serpentor coming. Hopefully we get some Trouble Bubbles. But I don't know how their Haslab stuff works, but I mean, it's definitely a reseller's market. I mean, if you go on eBay right now, you see a bunch of people putting that stuff on to purchase. Like, why would anybody like buy it off of eBay when you could just still get it through Haslab right now? It is mind blowing. The resellers are going to be crazy, but also GI Joes in general, besides Sigma 6, there's only a select couple Sigma 6 figures, but GI Joe figures in general resell high. Like I can't believe that these figures I paid like maybe $7-6 for, I could sell these for like $20 a piece. Like it's crazy.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
What do we got? Paul says, Blucher, hit up Paul, man. He has a Spawn with sword. It's on Makari. Okay. I have so many Spawn figures. Work a deal out, Blucher. Hit up Paul. Just therefore you don't have to deal with Makari fees. We got Lost Dongle. Serpentor is coming. Cobra. La 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 la. Yeah, I mean, Serpentor was cool, but to me, I always thought that like Cobra Commander was still the man. I haven't seen a sail barge remade yet. I'd buy one if so, but your point is valid, but I haven't seen one remade yet. Nothing yet. I'm wondering if they have like a sort of like a license or like some sort of contractual type of agreement that like after this many years we can do it. Like that, I can't imagine. Or the interest alone makes up for it. Like they made all that interest that justifies the cost of the one-time make, but I don't know.
And maybe, who knows?
I'm so glad you made that Joe reference.
like I obviously have no fucking clue what I'm talking about when it comes to the way a company works. It's not like I work for Hasbro, or I know it doesn't have the inside. This is just
no, but we're just consumers that have invested money into the company, and we can voice opinions.
I'm simply going by what I've seen, and I'll use Build-A-Figures as an example. You go and you spend $120 on figures, and most of the time there's a figure in that you don't care about. Sometimes two figures you don't care about. Sometimes there's two figures that don't have anything to do with the wave of figures for the Build-A-Figure you're trying to build, and you spend that to build the Build-A-Figure to then a year or two later down the line you get the exact same Build-A-Figure painted better the way it should have been painted in the first place, and you're buying
Rhino.
it again.
The Rhino, man,
like
that Rhino wave and that Build-A-Figure was selling for such good money on the reselling market, and then they're like, "We're gonna do this vintage one," and it just takes a big old dump over the original.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. Like it's feels a little dirty. I mean, look at like Juggernaut with the Colossus,
and people will argue. People will argue until they're blue in the face that they're a company out to make money and this and that and the other thing. And yes, they are. All companies at the end of the day are there to make money. And I get it. I just personally got tired of having to buy 7 of the same figure to get the one that I wanted the first time when they could have just made the right.
Why are you triggering my PTSD? You're triggering my PTSD on that damn Captain America. You know, I got that latest Captain America. It's a great figure, but I thought my 80th anniversary Cap was going to be it. I was like, dude, you know, this one, that one. I was like, that's it. That's Cap. Then they released the other one. I'm like, damn, no, this is Cap. It's like, how many times, like, why can't they do the stuff right? You know, maybe a couple, like maybe 1 to 2, maybe 3, but like where you just have like a freaking army of Captain Americas. Like even the movie one, how many Chris Evans Captain Americas did they make?
I can't do it anymore. I can't.
You know, I'll pick up stuff that's like, if there's certain legends that drop that are must-haves for me, I'll snag them. But a lot of times you can just wait and you can find them on Amazon for less.
Yeah, I won't. I'm staying strong, and I won't give Hasbro my money.
Paul said if Sail Barge remade, it would be way stripped down and probably shrunken.
Well, sure it will. But the point is that eventually they could
screen on that. Like,
it'll be a Pulse exclusive.
Plus, they won't call it the Katana; it will be dubbed the Tattoo Ship or something. Yeah, I mean,
I'm also not saying that like you shouldn't get these things if you want them, because they are amazing. Like his tank is amazing.
But what you're saying is another reason I wanted you to be a part of this, because you have a different view. You know, I'm going to be over there, be like, ooh, G.I. Joe classified, but you know, I have opinions on it. But you having you don't own a single classified figure, and you have collected Hasbro figures and stuff like that. That's why I wanted to get on here, because you had a good perspective and a very unbiased.
Well, yeah, and I had that whole first wave of classified figures on pre-order before I was fed up with Hasbro and canceled
that stupid Cobra Commander thing that you had to buy. You had to download the app and hope you got it, and then it wasn't the right one that they showed, and it's like that was some amazing marketing.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back,
but
and I was done. After that, I was done.
But it was definitely marketing to the finest, because it built that hype.
Sure it was.
It's like, oh, you accidentally sent them a totally different. How is that possible?
Yeah.
Bullshit. You wanted to see what people would react to it.
Yeah. And it went nuts.
Yeah. And then you didn't end up giving them the right ones to give to the people. Like, you just gave them the regular ones.
Yeah. So. On that network app. Yeah, but and I have my own personal opinions about Hasbro, and like, trust me, all billion-dollar companies are shitheads. Like, they aren't out for anybody but themselves and to make money. But I personally, to me, that was it. I'm right now considering stopping collecting Mattel products, because of the way that Wondar pre-order went, and I didn't even want the figure. I was just trying to get one to help out other collectors. But I think it's shady that all of a sudden it showed up again, and we were able to get it, and then they cancel all the orders. Like, there's just, and I'm like, man, I know for a fact that if I wanted that figure and I was going for it for myself, I would have been done with Mattel, because that's garbage. And maybe I have a delusional view of these things, but that's just
because it's like collecting for as long as we've been collecting. Like, even with the last Mezco dropped those pink skulls, they were up for a while, and then I jumped on the bandwagon for that, thanks to Art G. He's my enabler, I'm his enabler. Like, I'm always like, when he wants something, I'll be like, do it, get it, you want it. But when you got those, and I was like, I know what they did. After so many hours, they were probably watching the purchase rate,
and then I went to wait list,
and then all of a sudden, when it started slowing down, the money wasn't flowing. They're like, let's wait list this. Therefore, it makes people think it's more, they don't have enough. So then you get a bunch of wait lists, and then those are going to get converted. Like, it's a smart strategy. It's crazy, but I really thought, I was like, that's exactly what they did. They waitlisted it once the flow of money slowed down.
Yeah.
And then once,
I can see that, but
they milk that FOMO.
I've never had a Mezco waitlist convert. Never, not once. Not once. And the funniest thing is that your waitlist will show there for years after like there aren't anymore.
Don't get me started with Wondar shit. Judd Motu's got me by the balls.
Oh, and I know. I mean, but the way that I am, I would have quit collecting if that was something I
waited a year and a half for the Fortnite Snake Eyes, and it's what, the 10th version of Snake Eyes, so I know that has blow pain. Yeah, man, that Fortnite one, I had it pre-ordered, and then I'm like, a lot of that stuff I've seen with the Jazzwares Fortnite. I'm like, what the heck? Like, it just wasn't enough new that made sense. But people have been loving it. They just want to change that grenade holster to the original.
So let me ask
we got Casual Critic here. Nope, you're not delusional. I'm done with Mattel Creations after that nonsense with Wondar. I was in the same boat as many. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Casual Chris, for joining in.
All right.
Oh, he said another thing here. Only way I'd consider ordering them from the Gen is if Mattel re-released with a 24-hour order window or something along those lines.
Yeah, that whole thing was crazy. Just dumb. But so I want to ask you, Art, let me ask you something, because since you have both Hasbro and Jazzwares Fortnite figures, are Hasbro Fortnite figures that much better?
I don't have any of the Hasbro ones yet.
Oh, you know what I mean? I thought you had one already. No?
No, I've done a couple McFarlane ones, which I'm going to be getting rid of, because not all of them. I'm keeping Night Hair and some weird teeth tongue thing, which looks cool, but like the bit peely, it doesn't make sense because McFarlane stuff doesn't scale with other shit. Like, it's too big,
dude. McFarlane stuff doesn't even scale with itself.
Yeah,
and
look at that gun pack.
I collect them,
but the Jazzware ones, I have Bratwurst, or the Brat. I have Doggo. I got Meowscles, and I got the Kit. That's my squad of my little crew that I feel like should be driving around in an old rusted up Mustang or Firebird. But I have Man Cakes pre-ordered because it's a killer name, but that set looks amazing. I mean, who doesn't want an old Western cannon? And it's a cowboy that has a freaking flapjack head where they use translucent plastic for the syrup. It's a cool thing. So that'll be my first Hasbro Fortnite figure. I did get the arcade machines because I wanted the arcade machines. I could give a crap about the accessories that were in them.
Oh, all right. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
But from what I seen with the Meowscles with the weight bench, it wasn't enough new to me that looked like I needed to go buy it. Like, the weight bench and stuff looks really cool, which I'm hoping to get one on Target for like $10 because a lot of Targets are clearancing them out. But it wasn't enough for me to justify getting it. Like, the best person to ask would be like Josh Cox. I think Art G's got them.
Yeah, but again, you saw he fooled me in the Cannibals. I thought they were McFarlane, and he's like, ha ha, they're Hasbro.
Right. But yeah, it's like I will know how it feels. Like I think what Hasbro has above the Jazzwares is the texture technology, where they can add textures to stuff.
All
Because I
right.
think that the Meowscles had a jean texture on his jeans. Yeah, see I have night hair. Night hair is awesome. Again, I have that weird wizard teeth tongue creature that eats frogs. And then I have Peely, and I got Rebel, the big pink bear. Yeah, I have her cuddle team leader, but I'm getting rid of her and Peely, which I think Peely's in your box that I was gonna send you. I got a free moment to jump in. Man, we're closing this, and we got 14 minutes. You want me to send you the link, Art? You really interested? You want to jump in?
Yeah, throw him. And I got him.
Wait, he has a moment to jump. I'm at work, but he
jump in. It's RG.
Jump in, but you're at work. Let's see if I can.
I want to see RG at work.
RG at work.
Oh, my Misfit Army fell over.
If he has a lot of, if he's very noisy, I'm gonna say forget it. If he has a bunch of background noise.
If he's very noisy.
Very noisy. Very noisy. That RG, he could be very noisy.
You're so noisy.
So noisy, RG.
Stop being so noisy.
I mean, it can't be worse than when Paul tried doing this shit today. I mean, his stuff. I mean, his stuff was working until I said some shit.
Paul was fine until you had to be like, so you on Wi-Fi or you on regular cellular?
Because he was literally moving like a freaking like he was a robot. So I was like trying, hey man, are you on Wi-Fi? Like I didn't know it was going to cause everything to malfunction and break.
Hey, I will defend Paul until to the ends of the earth, because normally it used to be me that.
RG said jump in the chat, man. I sent you the invite. I thought you were going to come in here, but it's all right. We're winding down anyway until Judd got that liquid courage that just made him go on this crazy
I didn't have
rant.
liquid courage. It was a certain comment that set off my little twingies that I get, and then I'm like, wait a minute, no, hold on.
Careful, guys. Don't send the right ones. Next thing you know, he's gonna be throwing his bookshelves and figures on the ground. He's gonna be like a tornado. He's like, forget it, I'm done.
Nah.
But no, I get it, man. I mean, it's sort of like as a dog.
It's not gonna happen. I think, and I don't think the comment that sort of was like, wait a minute, let me say something. I don't think they were meaning it in any sort of way. I think the problem is that there's so much complaining and shitting on stuff going on in the community now that like I can see a very simple comment and I look at it as, oh, this guy is one of those collectors and things, like what I tend to call the elite collectors that like have a bazillion excuses and they don't recognize like the other side of it.
Okay, Paul said he sucks, but yeah, it is Big Mouth. That's exactly what it's called. Big Mouth is a cool McFarlane Fortnite figure. Yeah, see, and that's another thing I want to change too, and I'm trying to make that change. That's why with my group, it's like we do the drama-free stuff, but it's the whole elitist. Like you're wrong for liking this, you're wrong for collecting this. This is the right way. Retro's the right way. Like there is no right or wrong way to collect.
If you don't,
it's your money. You can do whatever the hell you want.
If you don't get every single figure that's released in a line, you're not a real collector, and you're just bullshit. Like,
right? Who cares about what a YouTuber reviews and says their opinion? That's their opinion. If you're gonna make your decision on buying a figure that could bring joy or entertainment to yourself because a YouTuber said it was shitty and you're gonna avoid it, I mean, that's up to you. If it's legitimate good review and you're like, okay, I could see why I wouldn't want to invest into it. That's different. But if somebody's just saying that's my opinion, that's stupid, I don't like this, blah blah blah, I guarantee you there's a lot of those elite collectors that'll go be either still buy it or you'll see them later on trying to get it or trying to trade for that figure. It's funny. It's just funny how some of that stuff works.
I have everything from from Mattel to McFarlane to
Appreciate the support,
Figure Arts, Mafex. I have Hot Toys. I have Mezcos. I got
everything.
I got a
You've been around, Judd. You're a little slut. You're a little slut. You're a little toy slut. I didn't care for the Toddy Fortnite. The Jazzwares were pretty good though, and I haven't tried the Hasbro ones yet. Only thing about the Jazzware ones that bug me are those stupid hands. That is the stupidest thing. Like, who wants? I don't need my hands to open and close. You don't even hinge them right. It doesn't work that way. The toe articulation and hinging is cool, but you're just making it hard for your figures to hold shit.
Yeah, my biggest gripe about Todd McFarlane figures is that they don't stand.
Smooth articulations. People are shitting at everything nowadays, which reminds me, be right back. Either he's going to a chat or he's going to Facebook to shit on people, or he's actually going to take a shit. I mean, take your phone with you, man. That's what people do. RG, look at all of Judd's toys. Yeah, man. He's got a collection room going. I pushed
it's not real.
It's not. It's a green
screen.
I just opened my NECA Kessler Wolf, and I think he's big enough for my Nosferatu to ride. That's dope. That's dope. I want to see pictures of that. Paul, post pictures or didn't happen. Okay. Haha, 100% agree with you guys. It's crazy how some people get over collecting. I mean, I'm a grown ass man. Some people even commented on one of my things that says, why do you have an age restriction? I mean, you're just an old guy that collects toys. I'm like, yeah, I'm old. But it's like, we're all old or we're starting into collecting. You don't need to be acting like we're freaking little kids, like in the bad way. Like we're middle schoolers shitting on people because it's not trendy. It's not cool. I didn't get a free figure from this company to talk it up. Like, when Hasbro sent out all those those promo boxes, I would love to have gotten one. I mean, cool. It's some free figures, some stuff that I could give away. But in reality, it's them trying to get it out there. Sure, people have been waiting on those figures for a while, but look at how quickly that flow of Storm Shadow, Spirit, the Officer, Crocmaster followed those boxes that were shipped out. It wasn't that long of a wait, to be honest. What, maybe a month? No, it was the end of the month. It was beginning.
It was
the month. It was the end of the month.
2 weeks. Yeah, it was about a month.
So I mean, and then everybody's just having these tantrums. Like, who cares, man? Like, some of these YouTubers put a lot of work in there. Let them get a box sent to them once in a while. Like, I do all of this stuff with my own money, my own time. Like, I have my wife downstairs with company that are like waiting for me to get off of this to go and hang out with them. This is my time. This is my money. This is me. These are the lights I'm using, the microphone. This is all money I invested. Like, YouTubers deserve it sometimes.
Oh, shit. Wait, you have company over?
Yeah, I do have company.
All right, then I'll shut my fucking mouth then.
No, it's all.
I got nothing to go to, so I can sit there all night. Yes,
I already told him. I was like, if you guys are coming over, you guys gotta be quiet because I'm gonna be up here doing this for a couple hours. But that's just what I do. He always swings over and we all hang out. But let's see what we got here. RG, just because you're your poster, not real.
Hey,
so if you guys are liking,
RG really needs to stop putting all my secrets out there.
And if you guys are really liking the sound, like how we're doing stuff, come check out Plastic Cannibals. I think you guys will find a good home there for a Facebook group that you can talk about collecting stuff and really just have a good time. Like-minded people.
Yeah,
a lot of people in the chat are part of it. You got Blucher in here, Paul, Art G, all of you guys. Just check it out. It's a very small group. Like, it's over 100, but we're not like trying to be thousands and crazy stuff like that. We just want to be a nice, very, very selective group of collectors.
And I'll know you with pre-orders. That's
and Judd keeps you posted. Smooth articulations. Good live stream, guys. Mad shit talking, but good shit. First time I've seen you guys on here. Hey, I mean, that's the name of the game. Opinions, talking shit. But yeah, so we've been going for a good almost 2 hours, and you guys have been sticking with us, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate Judd for taking the time out of your day to join in, and Paul for taking the time to, even though when having the difficulty, still taking, being in the chat the whole time and sticking with us too. So all of you guys, I love all of you. I appreciate you guys. And I love the fact that there's a lot of people out there that are collectors as well. And as I say in all my videos, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.
Deuces.